This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English and welcoming you to Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends. I'm told I look like Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Okay, go for it.
Say, gang, let's go out and find us a mystery.
And
Swing Scoob, we're gonna do it. I got them all.
there we go.
I'm working on Velma.
I will say some of the best Halloween costumes I've ever seen are the Scooby Gang.
Oh,
The
yeah,
original Scooby Gang we did together. With the van, by the way. I've seen that before too.
It's a
the
fun
mystery
to
machine.
dress up. Brooker, my youngest son, always did Shaggy. He had that red hair. And,
Yes.
And he loved Scooby-Doo. So I was like, you know what Scooby-Doo did? It closed the gap between my kids and myself.
Oh,
because
really?
as both a cartoon I would
Yeah,
watch, you know. They loved the old ones, and so we would watch Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Now, old Scooby-Doo,
Yes.
and Scrappy-Doo. Where are you with Scrappy? 'Cause
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So the Hanna-Barbera, I think it was Hanna-Barbera, said he's never coming back.
No.
Really?
I mean, I
Wow.
despise Scrappy.
So many people did.
Scrappy?
Yeah.
He never had like a following whatsoever. They made fun of in the live action movie. They made fun of him, if you remember that, as it killed him off very quickly. So
Isn't it crazy how so many people, without the use of social media at the time, all collectively did not like Scrappy?
nobody loves
No one
Scrappy.
liked
Really?
Yeah.
I like them.
Who we do love is
Yes.
our Scrappy
Not-
James.
I was going to say not Scrappy
Not
at
so
all.
That's
Really.
you don't
Yes.
scrap around them.
James.
Hey, Flash family, you can watch us on over 219 stations across the country and the American Forces Network, social media, all streaming. You can have fun with us even by going to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and leaving us a message. But, you know, I definitely wanted you to do all that because I need you to leave a great comment for question of the day, which
Okay.
is,
Yes.
what's one invention you couldn't imagine life without now? What's one invention you
Oh,
could not
I
imagine?
know exactly. GPS.
GPS? Oh, wow, okay.
I cannot believe that I was able to navigate the streets of Los Angeles with a giant Thomas Brothers guide. And, you know, flipping through pages because you had to match the top page to the bottom page to get to, you know, the whole route where you were going. Honestly,
I
that
delivered
was one of
pizzas, and you know my parents own a pizza restaurant,
Yeah.
so you know, and we didn't have GPS back then. How I made it, because I'm the guy that comes to a fork in the road, always take the wrong road, wrong
Really?
way. But with maps, you had the big old maps pull up
Yeah.
and all the time. Eventually, you learn the area, but yeah, GPS. But I guess to say your cell phone would be too much of a broad,
Right.
Because
Yeah.
it's your GPS, it's your flashlight, it's
Yeah.
your calculator, it's all these things. I'm going with you too.
I'm good with going old school. Al Gore's internet.
Al Gore's internet.
Al Gore's internet.
Oh, bless his
Life
heart,
has
Al
changed
Gore.
since Al Gore's internet.
If you think about it, AI basically is this generation's internet. Like what they're
That's a
experiencing,
great
because
point.
you know, when we just knew this internet was coming and it was going to change everything, much like AI is.
Yeah. I heard an interview with actor John Hamm, who I know you're on the fence about.
I'm on the fence. I want to like the guy.
He was on our favorite show, Smartless.
Smartless,
and
love
it was
it.
like a re-air of it. But he was saying he believes Mad Men became so popular thanks in part to the internet, and Facebook and Twitter at the time were just starting up. So it really brought a group of people together who had a like-minded interest in the
That
show. And he
makes
goes, I
sense.
think that was one of the reasons why the show took off so quickly and stuck around.
I go along with that. That's one thing that is great about the internet,
Yeah.
good and bad if you think about it, but is the fact
Yes.
that you can find somebody that likes everything that you like, or
Yeah.
you can be a part of a club, and I think
Yeah.
that's what we're all trying to do anyways, be a part of
Yeah,
some
'cause
kind of
I
club.
remember they released something where you could put yourself into that Mad Men picture or video. Do
Yes,
you remember that?
I do remember
It was like
that.
a quick little
Really?
15-second video, and it was
I
one of the
remember that.
first times you could do something like that.
Really?
You sound-
Before the AI.
That was the one
you
with the
sound
hot
ancient.
assistant, right?
Yes, yes.
The redhead?
The redhead, yes.
Christina.
Christina.
I can't think of her name. All I can think of is
Yes.
what you're thinking of.
I'm going to get us
They
out
are
of this.
massive.
Yes, Norwegian Cruise Line.
Hendrix.
Yes, that's it. Is facing backlash after changing its laid-back dining dress code rules. Speaking of dressing, passengers hoping to dine at the ship's more upscale restaurants are banned from wearing shorts and flip-flops. That is according to its latest policy page. The popular cruise line, which expects to host 3 million guests across 34 ships this year, champions a freestyle cruising culture where travelers can wear casual attire at certain restaurants.
This is good.
The wardrobe crackdown, though, has not gone over well with some of the cruise line's repeat customers. Norwegian passengers were also banned from wearing clothes bearing offensive material and images. Guests have also been warned that they might not be able to wear tank tops, hoodies, robes, baseball caps, or ripped jeans inside some of their
The
nicer
restaurants, yeah, you can wear them out.
Yeah. But travelers can still dress casually when eating at the buffet and other specialty restaurants. Some restaurants on board ships have a smart casual dress code, which means men and women can wear jeans. Children under 12 can also wear shorts in restaurants, according to the company. What do you guys think about this focus on a dress code nowadays?
I think go ahead, James.
I was going to tell you, at least 15 to 20, thanks to chat, ocean cruise brands have some form of attire expectations or dress guidelines. 15 to 20 of them. I love it. I think it's needed. People will wear PJs to Roof Chris if they could.
Yes.
They will have the bonnet covers and everything if they could. So I'm tired of everybody. There has to be some sort of rules and guidelines for a society.
I like this. Maybe I might be paying more money than somebody else was. But by the way, Norwegian, they, if you guys remember last year, they had a new ship and I was able to go on it. Their spa that they have here, I've never seen a spa nicer on land than this thing. It's really nice. So it shows you that it's classy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I have something, you act the way you're dressed. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care who you
Right.
are and where
Right.
you are. You act the way you dress.
Right.
And to have this, and you're seeing other cruise lines that are having issues with behavioral issues that might have more of a lax dress code.
Yes, that's a really great point. And I just think that when you're showing up in cheap PJs and Crocs, either to the airport or to pick up food or to the grocery store, it just says something about your level of care about your appearance.
Right.
And I get casual and feeling comfortable. I mean, I'm all
relaxed.
and comfy cozies at home, but going out, it's a whole different story.
And so you are on a ship for
yeah.
a week or however long, and they try to make it an experience to where you get the nightlife. So if you're going to a nice restaurant, you've taken the time to maybe dress up. Remember, like on the Love Boat, they would be in tuxedos.
Oh,
and
yes,
Yeah.
stuff like
yes.
that.
Yeah.
So the first time I took a cruise, I thought that's what you were supposed to do.
But
But
we
at the
did.
captain's table?
Yes.
At
Oh,
dinner?
yeah.
We had to wear suits when we went
Suits
my
at
first
least,
my
right?
first cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wore a suit to dinner. So I don't understand what.
I like it. I get tired of this constant me, but what about me? I
Yeah.
want to wear a tank top. I want to wear my flip-flop. Like, well, why can't you follow some rules every once in a while?
Right.
And maybe just adhere to a few standards. It seems like people just, thanks to, I think, the internet and social media, they feel as though it can all be about them and their choices and what they feel comfortable
There
with.
are places on the ship that
Yes.
you can wear those flip-flops and a baseball
Right.
hat
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. And even I think they even have pools where that's why they have adult pools, meaning they don't want kids running around because you wanted atmosphere. So you basically are this moving city,
Yeah.
and you want to have everybody experience a nice show,
Right.
a nice dinner,
Yes.
maybe a casual dinner. And so they need to lay down the rules for
Yeah.
each and every one.
It has to
No
be these
problem at
later
all.
generations, man. Because when I grew up, I'm from Detroit. Growing up, going to the grocery store, the ladies were always dressed. They would always look and like they were about to, go to a nice place and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. It was just to the grocery store. And now I see later generations, especially here in Florida, they just roll out of the bed and go.
Right.
Yeah.
But I want to be comfortable. This is what they're saying. It's
Right.
like, well, you can be comfortable, but you're also ruining the social contract that we
Right.
all have. That
Yes.
we were going to do something nice all together. But
Yeah.
you got to come and dress is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You are going to misbehave if
It's
you're
true.
not going to act the same way as if you're wearing shorts, cut off shorts.
You
than
ever
would.
watch, movies from, back in the 50s or
Yeah.
60s or television shows, and they were always dressed to the nines, even on an airplane. They
Right.
were like dressed head
Even
to
at
toe.
dinner.
Women had gloves on and a hat, and the men had a suit on. I mean, it was just a whole different era, and I kind of feel like, wouldn't it be nice to get back to some of that?
I can tell you this is actually good for Norwegian to come out and let everybody know about
Yeah.
this, because I know now that I'm going to get a closer experience that I want. Now, if I want to, I can go to a cheaper cruise line, but I know what I'm going to get,
Yes.
and it might include cutoff shorts and that sort of thing. But that's the kind of weekend or kind of week I'm going to have if I cruise on that.
I will always ask everyone, whenever we're going places, if you're going on a cruise, keep the politics at home.
Yeah.
Let us
Another
just
thing,
enjoy
it's
the
a
cruise.
vacation.
Yes.
Right, that's it. You want to get away from all that.
Alrighty, we're going to be talking about surviving a romantic breakup. We have got us a expert coming in.
We also have Tony Toscano with Screen Chatter and our must-watch movie, a preview of Toy Story 5.
All right, here's our brain flash question. What was the first feature-length animated film ever to be nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? Answer. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's brain flash question correct or not. The question once again, what is the first feature-length animated film ever nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? If you said Beauty and the Beast, you got it right. A lot of people thought it was maybe like Snow White, but it was. This is for Best Picture altogether, so nominated. And it's an animated as well. A romantic breakup, boy, that could be devastating. It can lead to a pretty bad downward spiral, but it doesn't have to define actually who you are. In fact, it actually can be a positive driver for change. Joining us now with more is recovery expert Laura Cheadle. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. I imagine everybody watching this, including myself, has gone through this. I want to start off with a quote of yours, which is, what shapes our lives isn't the event itself, it's who we become after it. First off, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but explain that in more detail.
Yeah, exactly. When something bad happens to us, it's so easy to get caught in that downward spiral and to start replaying all of the bad things. And first this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
Yeah.
And then, pretty soon we're sucked in. And when we take our focus off of the past, off of the train wreck, what happened, and we start moving towards the future and thinking things like, well, who can I become because of this? How can I feel differently? What else might be possible for me? It just changes the whole trajectory of the experience.
Yeah.
And we start, looking for all of those positives.
I kind of, when I was dating, after my divorce, I started dating, single for quite some time. But somebody had once told me, is like, you know what? A relationship should be like what they taught you in the Boy Scouts with a campground, is that you should leave it better than you were before. And that is a lot of self-discovery and that sort of thing. And unfortunately, that comes a lot of times at the end of the relationship. And once I realized I'm dating the people that I don't want to marry so I could find the right one, it kind of helped me out. But why otherwise are romantic breakups or maybe even betrayal events, why do they hurt so deeply?
Oh, they hurt so bad because it impacts our identity. It's not just,
Okay.
this bad thing happened and it doesn't say anything about me. It's me. It's who I am.
You know, a lot of people will say that there is lots of changes that happen when people kind of move away or if something happened to them and kind of they change who they are. What actually changes when people move away from those people that they were romantically involved with?
Well, it's hard. It's destabilizing because all of these expectations that you had about yourself and the relationship and what it means I'm worthy. It means I'm chosen. It means I found the one.
Yes.
You know, people get so focused on what these singular events mean. And then when you have to move away from that, we feel lost. We feel not good enough. We internalize that something is wrong with me instead of stepping back, looking at the broader picture and realizing, you know what? Maybe this is good. Maybe this is bad. Maybe it just doesn't mean anything at all, but it's a change. And I have to navigate my way through the change. And, what is possible for me on the other side? How can I become someone better or different, just like you were saying earlier?
You know, that saying, you find out who you marry when you divorce them. You find out, and relationships, people change throughout the time. When you get to the point where you realize, well, this is just not working out, is it because you gave them so much vulnerability that it hurts more because of the fact that, I gave this person so much and I didn't get back what I wanted? Are we investing too much? Are we thinking too much about ourselves?
I mean, that's definitely a part of it. A lot of it really, really goes back to our expectations. And sometimes we have very unrealistic expectations in relationships,
There you go.
but we don't know it. we don't understand that they're unrealistic expectations because sometimes we haven't even verbalized what they are. It's just that somebody's not meeting our needs and we don't really know why. So, to your point earlier, it's about that self discovery. What do I want in this relationship? What am I expecting somebody else to do? Where can I step up? Where am I stepping up too much? And ultimately, what is going to work out for me and for this person so we can both become better versions of who we are?
And are you saying that betrayal actually, could that be maybe a doorway to figuring out those things you just mentioned, including clearer, say, boundaries and maybe even some of that self-trust and maybe just making a change altogether?
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I went through betrayal, it was the most enlightening experience. On the one hand, it was the most painful. On the other hand, it was the experience, it was the catalyst that finally made me realize all of the ways I was abandoning myself, all of the ways that I was relying on other people in an unfair way. And it did give me the opportunity to become clearer in myself, clearer in my boundaries, to really know who I was and just to become a stronger human.
Okay, so Laura, it seems like when you are breaking up with somebody, you're like, oh, I'm never gonna live again, just yada, yada, yada. And so I'm talking to the people that are friends with those people, okay, when I ask this question. What do we say to people that are maybe going through a breakup or have gone through a breakup? Because normally we go, well, it'll be okay, you're gonna find somebody better, that sort of thing. But I'm expecting to hear that. Is there a way that we could help that person even more in realizing that this could be a great learning experience?
Yeah, definitely. I think first and foremost, offering a little bit of compassion and giving them a space to breathe because a breakup is traumatic and it is difficult. And then I think second, asking them questions, asking them future focused questions,
Okay.
forward leaning questions is really a good way to get them to move into the future instead of ruminate on the past.
It's important to do that too, but it's so true, right? It's like you are going to be a better person if you handle this right, because you're going to realize on the other side of this is something wonderful, and you're going to wind up like I did, finding a beautiful, understanding woman that I had to date those other people. Nothing wrong with them. To find her though. So I love everything that you say. I think it's great. And you at home, if you know somebody that's going through a breakup, or maybe you're going through one, you can find out more information and check out Laura's book. It's called It's Not Burnout, It's Betrayal. Just visit lauracheadle.com and you can get that book there. Thank you so much for joining us. We got more Daily Flash coming up right now. By the way, we'll have links on our website at dailyflashshow.com. Go check it out now. Everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday, which means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters is the horror comedy Mimics.
You wish someone would waltz in and wave a magic wand, catapult your career, make everything perfect for you.
It doesn't have to be like this. I have something that can change everything.
I'm the one who can make all your dreams come true.
A down-on-his-luck impressionist makes a pact with a wicked puppet to propel him to stardom, unleashing a nightmare threatening the safety of those he holds dear. I chatted with the film stars Stephen Tobolewsky and Christopher Polaha, who also directs.
I would say one thing is be careful of who you make your deals with. That we all have the same future inevitably, but what fills that future is going to be the love that we fill our life with.
Yeah, and again, same thing. You gotta. I guess my question would be, what are you willing to die for?
Yeah.
Do you want to belong to the world, or do you want to belong to yourself and possess, community, love, your parents, your wife, your kids, or, So it's a cautionary tale.
Mimics is simply a fun, creepy, and romantic film not to be missed. It's one of the best horror comedies I've seen in a long time. Again, it's playing in selected theaters now and gets an A. It's rated PG-13. Streaming on Disney Plus is the romantic biodrama Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
John, I want to introduce you to Carolyn Bessette. Carolyn, this is John Kennedy. Hi. Sorry, is this a bad time?
This 9-part drama explores the undeniable chemistry and high-profile marriage of one of the most iconic couples of the 20th century, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. I chatted with stars Sarah Pidgeon and Paul Anthony Kelly.
I had such a wonderful time getting to embody this witty, sensitive, electric young woman who, I mean, people have said who knew her, the last thing she would want to be known for are her clothes. You know, there was so much life and vivacity that she carried with her. I hope people feel more familiarity with who she was, her great love with John, and just finding a great passion in their lives within each other.
My hope and intention is that they just are able to see these individuals as human. You know, they are both so storied and held in such high regard that they become almost mythological. But our intention, I think, in this production was to really humanize them and make them relatable.
Although stunningly filmed and acted, the series has too many overly saccharine moments, making the experience more of a fantasy than a biographical drama. Again, it's streaming on Disney Plus and gets a C. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey, thank you there, Tony. It's time for us to jump in to Daily Digits. It's where we find those numbers that are inside your news. Your first number? 16, as in 16 years. That's how long Walmart held the title as the world's largest company by revenue until now. 16 years has a long time, and Amazon just edged out the retail giant after reporting more than $716 billion in annual sales. The company's e-commerce growth with a cloud computing arm drove it straight to the top. Walmart is still a beast, but after a 16-year run at number one, the crown now comes with free 2-day shipping. So I guess, actually, Walmart really knows how to roll back to second place. Your next number, 46. 46 pounds. That's how much gold an anonymous donor gave to the city of Osaka, Japan to help replace their aging water and sewer pipes. It happened. The gold, it's worth about $3.6 million, arrived last November and the mayor called the gift staggering as the city faces decades of deteriorating infrastructure. Now, Osaka officials say they're going to respect the donor's wishes and put the unusual contribution to work. The gift comes as many of Japan's pipes have outlived their service life. If infrastructure had a bling category, Osaka just won, well, best pipes. Am I right or wrong? Your final number, 1. Just one flying sword. That's how many weapons left the stage at a theater in Berlin. It landed in the audience during a performance of Richard III, believe it or not. During the final fight scene, the actor lost his grip of the sword and it sailed into the front row, striking a woman in the head. Now, she was treated for just a minor cut and a cool souvenir. The actor apologized and the show eventually continued because the show has to go on. Because even in apparently Berlin, even Shakespeare comes with special effects. I believe it was Shakespeare who wrote, "All the world's a stage." I don't remember the part where it says, "All the stage is airborne." Am I right? Yes. That's your Daily Digits for today, Jackson.
I love it. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hello, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with our stations across the nation. James Alexander, who's watching us out there where?
As you know, you can watch this show on 219 stations across the country, the American Forces Network, social media, streaming, all over the place. But we're special. We want to put a spotlight on a special place, Terre Haute, Indiana.
Terre Haute.
That's right, WDZ-TV. Now, did you know that Terre Haute is the place where the iconic Coca-Cola bottle was designed?
That is interesting.
Yep. Its name is French for high ground, and it was once a major center for glass and
glass and
Oh, well, that explains
They
the glass bottle, I guess, right?
and
Little
well,
booze over there.
we used to have cocaine and coke.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes a lot of
Wasn't the saying like if it plays in Terre Haute?
No, it's no, it's not
No.
Terre Haute.
What is it?
It's somewhere in
Poughkeepsie? No, I don't know.
If you wouldn't have told me, if it's in
know.
Illinois, the place. If
Okay.
it plays in somewhere, no.
Now we gotta look
Okay.
for it. We gotta look for it.
Yeah, look that up. It'll come to you. While you're doing that, sometimes you wonder what people are thinking. So there's this dentist in Texas. So first off, this is what kind of I want to say this. I'm going to come back to it.
Okay.
She is basically a temp. Dentist. So like if you have any temp work, you hire a temp agency and they bring it in. Well, they bring in this dentist. She's a pediatric dentist, and she's doing work on the kids. And some of the moms come back and say, you know what, the dentist is acting kind of weird. Come to find out, she was drunk, completely drunk. She said that she showed signs of impairment. This is the girl right here. She's 36 years old. She had said that she had gone to the pediatric dentist in Sherman, Texas, and come to find out she was
Drilling
drunk.
into the influence.
Right? And she was drunk and acting really weird. She was booked. She also performed surgery, basically, which is even scary. She was released on bond as well. She could be up in 2 years in prison. And I'm bringing this story up because you kind of wonder, like, are there any jobs you can do intoxicated besides maybe this one?
Bartending?
Bartending, okay. You can probably
that's
do better
the
at that.
obvious.
But I can't think of any that you would ever excuse, like thinking, well, hey, I'll just have a couple. But you're talking about writing.
Writing,
Probably
I
come
could
up a
see
lot of
that.
good with
Yeah.
your writer. So I made a list, and I had to dig deep. So maybe if you're a professional air guitarist, you do better when you're drunk. Am I right?
Liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
Oh,
is that
yeah.
one. Maybe a haunted house zombie, because then you're stumbling anyway.
It's good.
And then probably if you're an uncle at a wedding, that's about
Oh, well, of course, yeah,
have to
that's
do
sort
that.
of expected, right?
it. And so it's almost like if you're not drunk, what's
Yeah.
going on? Something's happening. Luckily, she only had performed 2 of these operations,
goodness.
not even more. But again, temporary. You got to. Is that frowned upon? Should we not be drinking?
Yeah.
I want to tell you another story really quick happened. You guys, we were almost not able to do the show today. Let me tell you what happened.
Uh-oh.
So last Friday, everybody came up here at the studio, and I said, I'll order pizza for everybody. So I ordered pizza, but when I told them, they're like, well, we're leaving, we can't. So I had this pizza left over, right? So I go to put it in the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently some of the electric was kind of like going out,
fritz.
and so they unplugged the fridge to try to figure it out. So I went in there and I told some of the editors, I said, hey, I got some pizza. If you guys want some, it's in here.
Oh, no.
I go, the fridge is unplugged. Do you know if they fixed the lighting? They go, yeah, I think so, I guess. I go, all right, well, I'm going to plug it back in, put my pizza inside there. Didn't think anything about it. Come Monday, the building manager came up and said, you plugged the fridge back in? They're like, yeah, it caught fire. That's what was causing.
What? Oh my
Go in the
God.
freezer back in.
No.
And they go, I am so sorry. I go, I don't know that. I thought everything was fixed, so I plugged it back in. Well, the refrigerator is what was causing everything to trip.
Yeah.
If you open up the freezer, they cleaned it out really, really well, but there is soot all in there. But guess what? My pizza was still in there.
It survived.
And I still ate. I threw it in the microwave, and I ate it anyway.
Did it have a funny taste to
It
it?
had a funny taste to it, but it was still pizza.
Oh my.
So you guys are looking there. Speaking of pizza, how about crazy toppings?
Iguana pizza, where they're serving it, and what?
It's real. Plus, we got the must-watch movie Toy Story 5, The Cinco. Think about that. We'll be back after this.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us.
Experts say there are 3 key health items to put on your to-do list this year. Here with more is Dr. Ali Khan with Aetna. Doctor, how common is it for seniors to delay or avoid preventative care appointments?
It's much more common than you'd think, whether it's because people feel healthy enough to skip those appointments, they might be worried about costs, or they just don't realize how important these visits are. But the reality is that preventive care, that's the foundation of staying healthy as we age. And so why annual wellness visits, annual physicals, those are the kinds of things that Medicare Advantage plans cover at no additional cost, because those are the bedrock of making sure we have a great playbook for the rest of the year to stay healthy. And what we're trying to do this year is make sure everybody's getting those appointments scheduled early in the year so that we shift from, reactive kind of care to proactive.
Okay, so give us your top 3 items that every senior should have on their healthcare to-do list for 2026.
First and foremost, get those preventive care appointments scheduled, right? That annual wellness visit where you're getting that playbook for you for the course of the year set by your doctor or nurse, your routine physical exam. So we're catching problems in real time through blood work and screenings and physical exams that we can catch in the moment and treat well. And we can do the right things to make sure you stay healthy long, like getting your eyes and ears checked every single year so that we can fix your vision issues or fix any hearing issues before those potentially contribute to dementia, right? Second, get to know your plan, understand what's covered, understand what's not covered. Make sure you have your ID card, but also explore the benefits that might be available to you that add some important extras to help your care, like 24/7 nurse support. And then third, we all live in a digital age. We're all on our phones all the time. Get that app downloaded for your plan where you can see all the information available to you. You can see what prescriptions are coming up. You can see appointments coming up, and you can make sure that you have the resources you need to succeed this year.
Good information. Where can our viewers go for more?
Lots of resources out there. I tend to prefer AetnaMedicare.com for an unbiased view of what's available to you, what questions you should be asking, and how to really take control of your health today and for the rest of the year.
Doctor, thank you for joining us. We'll post this interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
Things that are trending around the world for today. It looks like a Florida pizzeria kind of facing a little backlash. Why? For adding iguana pizza to their menu. It is what you think it is. Buck's Coal-Fired Pizza. It's in Palm Beach, Florida. They've announced that they're going to stop offering iguana as a pizza topping after complaints from customers. Now, the restaurant advertises pieces of large lizards being tossed onto cheesy dough and thrown into a pizza oven. The restaurant was inspired after a recent bout of cold weather. What happens in cold weather in Florida is that the iguanas, they just fall from the trees. They become catatonic. The cold weather causes them, they're basically paralyzed just for a brief time. Why? Well, their body tries to conserve energy, and you see it all the time. They also kind of round them all up, and basically they'll just put them in like a bread bag kind of thing. And I've seen it about 70 to 80 iguanas. Now, to eat it is totally different than just taking it from one place to another place because they're frozen at this time. I think it's way too much. I'm never going to want to eat an iguana of any kind of sort. This thing's a lizard. You know what? If you ever see what they eat, first off, right? Bug? Yeah, it's like eating a snake.
Yeah.
Why anybody would want that? But apparently, now that he's taken off, people are wanting it all around the country. They want to try.
Of course, yeah.
You get the weirdos, right?
Of course. I mean, I've done the alligator thing. I can't say it would
It's
be.
a little salty, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's psychological to me because you're eating an alligator and you see it and they're like, dinosaur looking and that sort of thing. So I totally get that point of view. We have more Flash coming up right around the corner. We promise everything is going to be delicious, though.
No iguana pizza.
No iguana.
For generations, mankind has depended on one sacred device, the home television, a portal to laughter, heartbreak, and that one weird British baking show you swore you'd only watch once. But after 5 long days of labor, housework, and endless carpool lines, one question still haunts humanity. What do you binge this weekend?
Fear not, the experts are here. Join Daily Flash every Friday for Streaming for the Weekend. Because life's too short for bad TV. Streaming for the Weekend every Friday, only on Daily Flash.
Streaming for the weekend. Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English here, along with Andrea Jackson. Sometimes, finding a job later in life can be really challenging, but your experience might actually be your best selling point. Here's what you need to know.
New AARP research finds that 2/3 of workers over 50 believe finding a new job today would be challenging. AARP's Carly Ruskowski shares more.
Nearly a quarter of older workers are concerned about job security this year. While the market is changing, it's important to remember that your experience is a competitive advantage. It's also about being open to learning new skills and embracing new technology to complement your strengths.
Research also highlights the growing trend of unretirement, where experienced professionals return to the workforce to share their expertise.
We see incredible benefits when different generations work together. Whether you're returning to work or looking for a new role, AARP offers tools and resume assistance. We even have a free AI course available through March 31st to help you more confidently navigate this technology.
Take control of your career with expert advice and curated job listings designed for older workers. Visit aarp.org/work.
With the FIFA World Cup 2026 coming to North America, millions of fans are expected to travel. Joining us now to talk about hosting during the World Cup season is Matt McNamara with Airbnb. Hey, Matt.
As the FIFA World Cup 2026 heads to North America, it's creating more than global excitement. It's creating real financial opportunity for residents in host cities. Millions of fans are projected to travel for the tournament. Demand for short-term stays is rising fast. In fact, searches on Airbnb in host cities are up 80% compared to last year. According to Deloitte, residents can earn an average of about $3,000 by renting out their home during the World Cup. For many families, that kind of extra income can help cover living expenses, pay down debt, or fund home improvements. To help meet demand, Airbnb is launching its biggest new host incentive program ever, offering $750 to eligible first-time hosts who welcome guests before the tournament. For residents in host cities, the World Cup isn't just coming to town. It could be a chance to turn global travel into meaningful local income. Learn more at airbnb.com/new-host-FIFA.
If Lent means switching up meals in your house, picky eaters can make it a big challenge. Here's a few easy ideas to try making new foods more fun.
Hi, I'm Diana Rice, a child nutritionist and registered dietitian. For many families, Lent often brings a shift at the dinner table. And this year, parents are turning it into an opportunity to try something new. For picky eaters, the goal is simple: make mealtimes feel easier and a lot more fun. I'm partnering with CPAC to show families how Lent can be a great season for discovery. When kids see foods that look and taste familiar, like the crunch of a crispy fried shrimp, they feel more comfortable giving it a try. For families navigating picky eating, these moments add up. A CPAC survey found parents spend an average of 67 hours a year negotiating with their picky eaters. When food feels approachable, it lowers stress for everyone. Familiar flavors help kids say yes more often, and those positive moments can make seafood a feel-good part of family meals during Lent and beyond. So this Lent, swap giving up for try this. Learn more at cpac.com.
Curling gold medal Olympian Matt Hamilton knows a thing or two about sweeping, which makes his partnership with Swiffer a perfect fit. Matt joins us now with more. Hey, Matt.
Hello, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here today to tell you about my curling journey and why I'm so excited to be partnering up with Swiffer. As you may know, I'm a Wisconsin guy, born and raised. It's where I first picked up a curling broom. I fell in love with the sport and eventually found out I'd qualified for my first Olympics back in 2018. It's been a pretty wild journey from a local rink in Wisconsin to winning gold on the world stage. So for anyone who hasn't seen it before, curling is basically like shuffleboard on ice. You slide big granite stones down the sheet and your teammates sweep in front of them to help guide them towards your target. It's all about strategy, precision, and teamwork. And yes, the sweeping does make a huge difference, which is why partnering with Swiffer was such an easy choice. Whenever I'm cleaning up the house, I always jokingly compare it to a curling broom. And once I got my hands on the Swiffer products, it became even more of a perfect fit. I'm constantly tackling different messes in my home. Everyone with pets can probably relate. My dogs Moose and Grizzly are the best, but they're also the best at making messes. They're always running in and out of the house, dragging in dirt, snow, and mud, you name it. I got to try out the newest Swiffer Power Mop, now with 10,000 scrubbing dots, and I was honestly so impressed with how it cut through the tough messes on my floors. Plus, it was super easy to maneuver. I can't recommend it enough. I kind of compare it to being an athlete and having the proper equipment. On the ice, the right broom matters. At home, the right cleaning products matter. If I can help people get a gold medal level clean at home, I'm so in for it. For more information, you can visit Swiffer.com and check out my Instagram at HandsCurl.
From the slopes to the kitchen, it's all about Italy right now. Here's a look how families can turn mealtime into delicious Italian-inspired experiences.
As athletes compete on the world stage, some fans are finding inspiration in the kitchen, cooking Italian-inspired beef dishes that are warm, comforting, and full of flavor. With more, here's cooking instructor and influencer Marcia Smart.
As people gather around the TV to watch these events, it is so wonderful to cook these Italian-inspired dishes at home. They're full of protein and essential nutrients that will keep you full and energized all day long.
Cooking internationally inspired dishes at home doesn't have to be complicated. With a few pantry staples and the right cut of beef, fans can cheer for their favorite athlete while enjoying the flavors of Italy.
Lean ground beef works perfectly for these Italian-inspired dishes. It is full of protein and nutrients like zinc and B vitamins that will keep you full and satisfied. It's really the perfect family meal to watch these competitions.
For more recipes and nutrition tips, visit beefitswhatsfordinner.com.
I think everything is coming up Italy right now, especially after the Olympics. Grazie mille.
You know, that's one of the greatest things about the Olympics. It puts an eye on that city, and the infrastructure changes so much. I know I was in Salt Lake for the Salt Lake Olympics, and how much it changed there, and how many people got to see that. I'm excited. I was very excited about the Olympics because I'm going to Italy this year. I'm so excited.
Yes, and let's just say kudos to Team USA because they scored the most medals I think they ever have in a Winter Olympics.
And our American hockey team, and the guy who won it was from Orlando.
Yes,
he was born in Orlando.
The Hughes brothers,
guy,
the men and the women's hockey team. Team USA, congratulations. Woo!
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson.
Buzz, Woody, Jesse, and the rest of the Toy Story gang go head-to-head with a new threat to Playtime. This is today's must-watch movie, Toy Story 5.
Do you, Forky, to Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Bonnie, there's a package for you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, extinction, not again. Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, Device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer.
No, in Spanish.
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Woody!
Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend in me.
Woody!
Came here as fast as I could. Why are you wearing a dress, Woody? It's called a poncho, Forky.
Oh! Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What? She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup.
No way. She's getting away, boss!
Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye!
Buzz, you stay here. I'm going with them.
You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho. It's good to see them fighting again. It sure is.
That does it. You got friends with us. We'll see when we look at you.
Good,
Bye-bye.
everybody.